Demon Slayer has become one of the most visually iconic anime of the modern era. Its animation, courtesy of Ufotable, is often described as transcendent, fluid, vibrant, and cinematic in ways few series can match. But with that praise comes a persistent critique that the show is all flash and no substance, that it's shallow, emotionally hollow, and only popular because it looks good. This essay challenges that perception. While Demon Slayer's visuals are undeniably a major draw, they are not the sole reason for its success. Beneath the spectacle lies a story that, while simple, is emotionally resonant, thematically rich, and populated by characters who manage to leave lasting impressions in remarkably short spans of time. To understand Demon Slayer's reputation, we must first acknowledge the role of Ufotable. Their work on the series is nothing short of revolutionary. From the swirling elemental effects of sword techniques to the haunting stillness of emotional beats, the studio has crafted a visual experience that feels more like a film than a weekly series. But what if another studio had taken on the project? Would the story still resonate? The simple answer is yes, because the emotional heart of Demon Slayer isn't built on animation alone. Ufotable's visuals elevate what's already present. They amplify tension, underscore emotion, and make battles feel operatic, but the foundation, the characters and the pacing and the emotional stakes, it was already solid. This sets the stage for a deeper exploration of how Demon Slayer builds its story, even with limited time and seemingly simple characters. And speaking of these characters, very few in anime have made as strong of impressions in as little time as Rengoku and Tengen. And spoiler warning if you haven't watched Mugen Train, but Rengoku's arc spans this single movie, yet his death is one of the most emotionally impactful deaths in recent shonen. Tengen, on the other hand, introduced in the Entertainment District arc, wins us over with flamboyant charm, hidden depth, and a surprising amount of sincerity. These characters are not deeply explored over dozens of episodes. Instead, they're introduced with clarity, strong visual identities, clear motivations, and emotional vulnerability. This is efficient storytelling. Demon Slayer knows how to use its time wisely. It doesn't waste episodes on filler, it builds emotional connections quickly and effectively. We care because the writing, pacing, and emotional cues are all working in harmony. And yet, the aforementioned emotional heart of the series doesn't rest solely on these standout characters. It's the ensemble, the interplay between personalities, that gives Demon Slayer this heart. And Tanjiro is often labeled as flat or boring. He's kind, he's good, and he rarely wavers. And in a genre filled with hot-headed protagonists and edgy anti-heroes, Tanjiro's unwavering compassion can feel out of place. But that consistency is exactly what makes him compelling. His kind words aren't passive, they're active. He chooses empathy in a world that rewards violence. He shows compassion to demons, even as they try to kill him. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It's what allows him to connect with others and to bring out the humanity in those who have already lost it. Moments like the death of Rui or the tragic backstory of the Upper Moon siblings are powerful not because of flashy fights, but because Tanjiro sees the pain behind the rage. And this strength is magnified by the contrast of those around him. Characters who, on the surface, seem one-dimensional, but whose roles are vital to the emotional and thematic balance of the story. Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko are often dismissed as shallow or one-note. And yeah, at first glance, they seem like archetypes. The comic relief, the wild card, and the mascot. But their simplicity is in a way deceptive. Zenitsu's fear isn't just a gag, though it can feel this way at times. His moments of unconscious bravery are a subversion of shonen tropes. That courage isn't the absence of fear, but action in spite of it. Inosuke's aggression masks a childlike need for connection, shaped by isolation and survival. And Nezuko, though quiet, is a constant emotional presence, a symbol of Tanjiro's hope and the humanity that still exists within demons. Individually, they may seem flat, but together, they form a dynamic that enhances the story. Zenitsu's panic makes Tanjiro's calm more powerful. Inosuke's chaos makes moments of teamwork more satisfying. And Nezuko's silence makes her rare moments of action or emotion hit harder. But to be fair, let's not pretend the visuals don't matter, they absolutely do, but they matter because they serve the story. The swirling flames of Rengoku's final attack, the haunting stillness of a demon's final memory, or the quiet snowfall after a brutal battle, these moments are crafted to evoke feeling, not just awe. Ufotable's animation is a tool, and Demon Slayer wields it masterfully. The heavy moments land harder because the animation supports them. The fights feel more intense because the stakes are clear. The beauty is real, but it's not empty. And as Demon Slayer nears its conclusion, it's worth reflecting on its place in anime history. It's become a touchstone shonen, one that brought anime to mainstream audiences, broke box office records, and sparked global conversations. Whether you love it or hate it, Demon Slayer is significant. It represents a new era of anime. And as the final arc commences, we should savor the time we have left in this world, because when the curtain closes, it will leave behind a legacy of emotions, beauty, and storytelling that transcends its visuals. This isn't just the end of a popular series, it's the closing chapter of a cultural moment. Demon Slayer is by no means perfect, but it's not as shallow as many want you to believe. Its visuals are stunning, yes, but they're not the whole story. They're the frame around a painting that's already worth admiring. So, the next time someone says Demon Slayer is carried by its animation, ask them why they cried when Rengoku died. Ask them why they cheered when Tengen stood tall. And ask them why Tanjiro's kindness made them feel something. Because that's not just animation, that's storytelling. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, leave a like or consider a sub. Believe me, it helps a lot. And with that said, I look forward to seeing you there, fellow anime lovers. Bye bye for now.